So I'm with Maile, who comes to us from New York but speaks French very well since she is French. So what's good for you is that you already came last year, a year and a half ago in Costa Brava. And it's interesting to hear about just one treatment. Usually we say you need multiple treatments for results, but here you've had effects from one treatment, I believe. Can you tell us about the effects you experienced already, the benefits of the first treatment, and of course what you experienced in this mountain group, which is entirely different, with a different energy? There you have it. Do you want to talk a bit about the post-fasting benefits you experienced and how it unfolded after the treatment you had here? How did it go in general?
So I attended the Costa Brava treatment in April 2024, and the most obvious thing for me was at the end of the treatment, especially when we resumed drinking water, it was to see my body, my head, my skin, my hair, and my complexion. I hadn't seen that since I was young, actually since I was almost a teenager. In my 20s, I realized that I was completely drained of all my energy. I could already feel that I was flabby. I lacked energy. I was perpetually fatigued. This chronic fatigue had persisted for years. Chronic depression, I couldn't eat, I was underweight. I couldn't gain weight at all, I couldn't eat large portions. I had recently conducted tests that indicated I was malnourished, dehydrated, and under extreme stress. Everything pointed to that. It aligned with my sensations. I didn't feel healthy, yet traditional doctors assured me that everything was fine. I was there, feeling that something was off, so I decided to consult a functional doctor. It was there that I encountered more comprehensive tests, and I thought I should give dry fasting a try. I had previously experimented with water fasting, which had been beneficial, but I had heard that dry fasting was significantly more effective, so I immediately put it to the test. On the first night, I dreamt of eating sugar, and it hit me that the body communicates, consciousness communicates, and it's the body that speaks. I can't be mentally well if my physical health is lacking. They are interconnected. I felt a surge of energy after the first dry fasting cure.
It lasted a long time.
I did 7 days.
No, but the benefit of post-fasting...
Well, the benefit was that it put me on an upward slope. So it wasn't all sorted out at once. I still had some minor depressive relapses, for example. It wasn't straightforward, but I felt things were improving. I found it easier to eat healthily and resist unhealthy foods, especially my sugar cravings and processed carbs. I had developed a real addiction to these over the years, thinking I was in control, but I wasn't. After dry fasting, I noticed a change in my habits. Making lifestyle changes became easier. This continued over time. The last time I felt depressed was in February due to a bad flu that left me drained. Since then, I haven't had any depressive episodes, which is a big change after years. Once I got out of that phase, I realized how unwell I had been. You don't see it while you're in it, but it builds up. Only after you come out do you realize things weren't okay, and I needed to detox and restore healthy energy.
Okay, so you received those benefits, and then for the second treatment, how many days did you complete?
I did 6 days. I didn't want to overdo it.
Very good. You respected yourself. How did it go? The group dynamic? What took place? What was suggested? The cascade in winter.
Well,
Well, you can't really know the benefits you'll gain from the second treatment. But how did it go? Overall, this treatment is a different energy. You're in the mountains. It's something
really a different energy. The Alps are incredible. I lived in Grenoble for several years, so I went to the mountains every weekend. There's also a personal connection that was rekindled during this week, and the air is really pure, the air is fresh. The mountains envelop us, it's peaceful, it's empty, we can hear the animals, especially since I live in New York. I miss it greatly, so it feels wonderful to touch that again. And then the group has a really beautiful energy, and you can see it. Some people come back every year, so it becomes a ritual. There's a lot of kindness, a lot of listening, and everything is optional, which I really like. Nothing is forced. You have a fantastic support team, and it shows that you put your heart into it. You really take care of everything, and there are so many details. It's all in the details, and there are really plenty of them, from access to massages to just having conversations to process things. And the waterfall is incredible. The waterfall, in fact, has
The struggle is quite special.
Oh yes, and transitioning from the dry fast to the waterfall is amazing. I will cherish that experience for life, really. And then the Tibetan bowls at the end. There are really so many things, so...
Little hints everywhere that have been experienced, and you also have the systems that assisted you in having a good fast. These systems help activate the circulatory side a bit to restore energy. There are plenty of systems that have been designed, made to keep you secure and comfortable while optimizing dry fasting without taking away your energy. But instead of draining you, it helps you to advance further in the fasting process.
You can feel it, and all these machines have added a lot. So yes, there's a lot to choose from. And everyone has their favorites, which is interesting.
These are support systems, energy systems, and it's true that it's a little extra touch.
It really assists, especially since the days are long and the nights are especially lengthy. So it helps when we're awake at night and don't know what to do. Let's use some machines. It's refreshing. Since we don't have the energy for much, I thought I'd read, but I ended up doing nothing.
It's nice to be with oneself, to do nothing, learn to do nothing, and ultimately we enjoy it. We really like the idea of doing nothing. I love being idle.
Yes, I'm getting back into that, particularly with New York's culture of doing everything at once. And I believe there are numerous studies indicating that even if creativity is connected to emptiness.
Creating mental space allows access to different levels and dimensions, enhancing creativity. Thoughts bringing awareness and calm into your life helps you discover new directions. To create new links, you must find inner calm, otherwise it won't work, and dry fasting is a method that has served time. A very powerful introspection that digs deep into emotional issues and brings them to the surface, which is why holistic support is necessary. You can't only scratch the surface. Fasting is helpful, but it doesn't achieve full results.
Absolutely. And then everything becomes very deliberate. It goes fast, as you mentioned. And we're not just on autopilot anymore, as they say in English.
Autopilot.
Now it's truly about making choices. Intentional choices, and that's beneficial. It restores our confidence. It's a genuine confidence boost just to be able to do a brief fast, you say I never imagined I could do that, and then it would extend into other aspects of life. It's all about self-assurance.
Exactly. Fears fade away and become smoother. We're back on new paths. New changes, our thoughts are clearer, We know our direction. We know what we don't want.
Yep.
We create new intentions in life. Dry fasting is primarily about making internal changes to improve life, to bring abundance, to promote health. Wellness, it's not just a physical remedy for an ailment, it's vital. It's truly a complete process. We will address every aspect. What I appreciate is that I've switched careers. I have either found a relationship or ended one. There was a shift, regardless of which something occurred. There was an intercell that fasting could push forward because fasting encourages improvement inside to become a better version of yourself, and the magic is it happens naturally, no need to force it.
It would mean that following last year's recovery, I regained the ability to make decisions that I had truly lost throughout my depressive period of 10 years. And now I feel this decision-making ability even more strongly within me, not being blocked, unsure of where to go, going nowhere. Yeah. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Michel, for this moment with you, and see you next
Yes.
time. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Yes.